everyone. Welcome in. I hope you guys can hear me. Happy Sunday. Let me check my sound. Give a few more minutes. Hey, Miss Patty. Welcome in. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Journey. I like the way you did your name, the lettering. So I hope everyone has had a good day, a good weekend. Tomorrow's already Monday. Um, so I know it's been a while. That's hence the title. Let's catch up. Blue. Okay, gotcha. So let's catch up. I know it's been a while. I haven't been live in some time. I think the last time I went live was sometime in June, the the beginning part of June. I could be wrong. Um, so yeah, nothing serious going on. I just, I guess, took a little break from going live. Life has been lifing, as for hence for everyone, I'm sure. Hey, Shanique, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. So, yeah, life has definitely been lifing. Things have been, happening, in the world. You know, I don't have any big news or anything. I've just been, you know, just dealing with life, dealing with things, nothing major going on, you know. I just needed to, I would I post shorts and on my community wall, but the going live thing, I just hadn't really felt like it. I mean, I don't know. Hope that doesn't sound too bad. I just didn't, it's like, just didn't have I don't know, the oomph to go live. Hey, back. Definitely a lot going. Yes, it is, So I just been, chilling, trying to take care of myself the best way that I can. I mean, a lot of you may know or have heard me speak of this. August is very hard for me because this is the very month that I lost my mom, and this is also her birth month. So it's like before August came, July, I was just feeling kind of like, oh, I don't want to, you know, go through August, being sad or being, but it just happens, and then it doesn't really help because next month is my birthday and it's, it's just a whole lot of feelings that I'm, trying to deal with. Yes, have a great community. Thank you. It's just a lot, and I'm sure everyone probably can agree that, um, sometimes we just feel like we don't want to, we've got so much going on, we don't really want to, you know, go live or anything, I know that's for me. I mean, I'm speaking for me. But like I said, yeah, just, a lot going on, trying to keep myself together. I've been, um, I don't know, when my mom was living, I was her caregiver. And on top of that, I worked a full time job. And then, with my mom passing, I'm still a caregiver to a family member. And it's just, I have to remember to take care of me, but it's kind of hard when you're like, you're trying to take care of someone else, But I know that's no excuse, but it's just like, yeah. Hey, Gwen, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. Miss Patty, Blue, Shanique, thank you guys for all coming in. I appreciate you. So yeah, it's just, and it's not that I was being lazy. I just didn't want to come live. I just, yeah. But now I'm trying to really focus on me, get back into taking care of me, stop um, neglecting myself, um, because, we have to learn to take care of ourselves, because if we don't, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all those things, we just have to, and I'm learning as I get older. I want to encourage people, but how can I encourage anyone if I'm um, feeling some type of way, But I try to keep it going. I try to keep posting encouraging, motivational, inspirational things, because I do want to inspire. But I also have to remember that if I'm not at my best, how can I give someone else my best? I apologize. I should have asked if it was okay for me to leave that prayer in the chat. It's fine. It's fine. I'm good with. I encourage you. If it's something encouraging, positive, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And it's just like, with everything going on, I'm trying to, you know, I'm just trying to remain positive, focused, encouraged, you know, um, because next month will be a milestone for me. A lot of you may or may not know my age, but I will be turning 50, and that's big for me. That's huge because, I don't have my mom for that, but, I still have love around me, I still feel love around me, we hold each up, but during times of difficulty. Exactly. So it's like with that, I'm excited, but I'm kind of like, you know, that's a milestone, 50. And I just pray that I'm able to see that, you know. I talk about it, but I pray that I'm able to see that, that's huge to me. I don't know if I'm going to do a big bash or a big celebration. I will be doing something for me, A lot of people have been telling me, oh, you need to do this, you do that, but it has to be something I want to do. You know what I mean? I don't drink. A lot of you may or may not know that. I don't drink. Occasionally I'll have something, but I'm not a big drinker, So I'm just, I'm just thankful that I'm able to, I'm here. I'm just thankful, you know, despite of what I've been feeling or, I'm just thankful. I'm grateful. I know that, we're all struggling. We're all dealing with something right now in our lives, like the saying go, life is life. And it really is, a lot has been going on, you know, a lot has been, going on. And, I just wanted to touch base with you guys to let you guys know I'm okay. I was just, I guess just not feeling, all that great to come live, but I was trying, and I'm still trying to put out content, um, shorts, um, community posts, um, stuff like that. And I appreciate everyone who's commented underneath the post. I appreciate those of you who shared me out. I just appreciate it. I appreciate the support, the love. You know, let me read some of you guys' comment. I apologize. You are currently in the proper position and posture to receive what God has for you. Put the umbrella away. The storm is passing by faith. Be it unto you. Amen. Do you have a theory? I do not, Gwen. I do not. And that's something I've been looking in. That's looking into. Um, so I pray that you. Thank you. Sometimes it helps. It does. And a lot of times, the stigma on seeing a therapist, people look at it as something is wrong, and I think that's a lot of my reason for not wanting to take that step. I know I need it, and I shouldn't worry what people say because hey, they talked about Jesus Christ. I shouldn't worry about what people say, that stigma of, oh, something's got to be wrong with her if she's seeing a therapist. Not necessarily. We all need someone to lean on. We all need someone to talk to, Um, yeah, I read that already. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, trying to, get back to, I know I need to take care of me more. I need to check my own mental, my own emotional, but yeah, that's really all I've been trying to do some things, to better myself or whatever. So, and I'll talk about that later, not on this live, but, um, so yeah, never let people dictate in your life. Exactly. It's just, people, some people, I don't know, some people like, and I try not to involve myself with negative people. I try not to be in the company of negative people. It's just like you say one thing positive, it's like it's followed by something negative. Why? I mean, I've been in different lives, and I see people being so negative. Why? I mean, if you don't like the content, if you don't like what's going on, just leave. It's no need to be hateful and negative. But that's another story too. You know, I've just yeah, seen so much going on these social media apps, which is crazy to me. You know, I know I did a live some months ago about um, people arguing over the internet, getting into it, telling people to pull up and all that. That's crazy mess. I could never. But yeah, so I want to get back into being live more. I want to be consistent. Yes, there is a big stigma surrounding mental health, but it's about taking care of you 360 mind, body, and soul. People will pour into you as you pour into others. You got this, and God has the rest. Amen. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's not anyone's business what you decide. Exactly. My mom used to tell me, um, sometimes it's best not to share your good news with people, even your closest friends. Um, and I've always, I like to share stuff with people, but I know sometimes you can't share things with everybody because, for one, you know, people talk, and I used to really, really, really be into my head about what people said about me, you know. I used to be like, oh, this person thinks this about me before I could even like when you walk into a room, full of strangers. For me, it was always, what is this person thinking about me? And then I got to the point where I was like, who cares? It's, you have to talk. Exactly. And see that used to be my biggest problem, worrying and caring what people said about me. Your mom is right there with you. She is holding up your arms and your spirit. Just breathe and inhale all. She is with you. Exactly. Amen. Thank you guys for the encouraging words. So yeah, now I'm kind of like, whatever, people are going to think what they think, because at the end of the day, I am who I am. I don't have anything to prove to anyone. I don't have to explain myself to anyone. I always try to make the right decisions. I always try to do the right thing. My mind and my heart is normally in the right place. You know what I mean? I don't I don't try to treat people the way, if they treat me some type of way bad, I don't return the favor because it's not worth it. Two wrongs don't make a right. And I'm not that type of person. If anything, I'll just shut off. I won't. That's just me. I'll shut off. I won't be bothered. I won't. You know. So yeah, that is what I've been up to, guys. Just getting myself together, trying to be a better me, trying to, gather my emotions, my feelings, and I know people say all the time, well, oh, it's been that long, Well, grief doesn't have a time limit. Grief is grief. I mean, I could be my happiest, and then I could hear a song, that just triggers it, So it's like no one should tell you, or people do tell you, but no one has the right to tell you when and how to grieve, or what time, or when to cut it off. I mean, because we've all gone through something, whether it be loss, whether it be a loss of a loved one, a loss of a job, a loss of a friend, a loss of. I mean, it's just like with everything that's going on in the world, it's it's easy to I don't know. That's another conversation too, guys. I apologize. That's another conversation. Hey, Brilliant, welcome in. Good seeing you. I've missed you too. Nobody can understand how others. Exactly. So when someone says, "Oh, get over it," and that has been told to me to get over it, and I'm like, okay. But see, I'm not the type of person to go off on somebody and just be, you would really have to just really just tick me off, to the point where I'm like, okay, it's time to, like I read a it was a quote, I think. It's something about the person is holy, but at the same time they can get these hands. You know what I mean? But I'm not promoting that. I'm not saying that. I'm just, yeah. Let me read some more comments. I agree. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's just, yeah, I've been, and I promise you guys, well, let me not make promises. I hope to put out more content. You know, my goal originally for being on YouTube was just, when my mom was going through illness, I got on, thinking, okay, my mind needs some type of release. I just need to, you know, and then so eventually I did want to be monetized. I was up for monetization, but was denied. So, that is essentially my goal, but I got other stuff to tackle, um, so um, like I play music sometimes, and I know it's going to get a copyright strike, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's see. You can't just get over someone or something that was significant. Exactly. And then on here, I've noticed that, and I think maybe other apps too, where somebody is quick to say your mama. I mean, stop talking about people's mama. You don't know if they're alive or deceased. Deliverance is available. God will continue to lead and guide you. Just keep in mind. Amen. Yeah, and I don't like that. Quit talking about folks' mama. I mean, come on now. I mean, yeah, we did that when we were in elementary school. Somebody said, "Oh, your mama, this, that, and the other." Okay, it meant nothing. But as I got older, I mean, I just, yeah, yeah, or anyone's loved one. I don't talk about anyone who's lost a loved one, because everybody's grief is it's the same yet it's different. You know what I mean? It's kind of like no one grieves the same. It's grief, but we don't all grieve the same. And I've known people that have lost loved ones, and it's been over 20, 30 years. And to this day, somebody can say something, or they can hear something, and it triggers them. These folks are half raised and don't know any better. Adult toddlers, that's a good one. Pay them, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so that's all I've been. I know I would not start a live. I would create a live, and then I couldn't, wasn't, so I had to cancel. I apologize for that. For those of you who, were expecting those lives, um, so yeah, I'm trying. I'm definitely trying. It's a process. I'm definitely trying, and I know I'm not the only one dealing with um, this type of, I don't want to call it an issue, but just, we all have those moments where we just, sometimes we just want to be alone. Sometimes and I've been trying to get deeper in my Bible, just, and just, and I've been praying and everything. And I know that God is with me, and I know He's, you know, taking care of me and everything. I know this, and you know, and that's another thing. When I don't understand how people can, you know, question or talk about someone's faith. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't care what you believe. I know what I believe. I'm not going to try to push my faith off on you. I will try to encourage you with it. And if, it's not what you want to hear, then I'm sorry. But Tracy, okay, let me read this. Okay. Let me go back up. Okay, now just become like a playground. Yes, I am glad I stayed indoors and caught you live. You and your chat are encouraging. This is encouraging for me, for sure. Thank you, Blue. Thank you. Tracy, some never grow up. This app is full of those people, unfortunately. The the block, delete, ignore, do not recommend video. I just have saved my. Yes. Okay. Yes. And see, a lot of times when I'm seeing what I'm seeing on here, I log off. I don't, you know, I don't, how can I say it? I don't dislike anyone on here because I don't know anyone on here personally in real life. I've never met, you know, a YouTuber or a content creator in real life. If I have, I would know it. But it's like sometimes people get too involved in this. I mean, to me, it's social media. To me, it's an outlet. It's for me. I use it for encouragement. I use it to, you know, like I can be having the worst day, but if I can encourage someone or inspire someone or motivate someone, that kind of brings peace. That makes me feel better. If that makes sense, because I don't always have the want to post anything, but I look at it, you could be encouraging someone. Why not do it? If I can encourage just one person, I've done it. One day at a time. Yes, one day at a time. So, and I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you guys are good in your um, daily lives. I don't mean to come on and just vent. And I'm not. I don't think it's venting. I think I'm just sharing. You know, listen. You are someone. Someone needs, and you will those who need you also. Thank you, Jesus. As soon as you don't do what someone wants you to, and you decide not to interact, there comes the BS. It's okay not to. Exactly. Well, I crave peace. I like peace. It's so peaceful. If this sounds cliche, I'm sorry. It's so peaceful to be at peace. If that makes sense, it's a relief. Um, I wanted to share guys. If you can hear that music in the background, I hope you can. I try not to have it too loud because I will get a copy strike. It says God's approval is all you need. That's deep. God's approval is all you need. You don't need man's approval. You don't need your next door neighbor's approval. You know, it's just yeah. Let me read some more. Hello. Thank you. You have to stay in the yeah. And it's taken me a long time to fully accept a lot of things about myself. For one, like I said, I used to be, and I am still kind of shy. I used to be really just timid. I've come out of that. You know, but there's some situations where I can be quiet and shy. And I'm working on that. I'm working on a lot of things about myself. You know, you never get too old to change. You never are too old to change something about yourself. Remember to encourage yourself first. You are important and of life to live. Exactly. God's approval say that now. Yes. And some people think, um, hang on. Some people think they can say whatever they want to you, and like my mom used to say, some people think they can fix their mouth to say anything to you. No, no. This is who I am, but at the same time, if you cross the line, come on. I'm not. How can I say it? I'm not a. What do you call that word? I don't. Not. I don't want to say I'm not a fighter because I'm definitely not. But I'm not someone who. I'm not a troublemaker. I'm not a. I don't have to be seen. I don't have to be. So that's why I've been trying to. I've been trying to work on me and work on myself. Remember to. Okay, I read that. Okay, now. Okay, now. Yes, and make sure that you look in the mirror yourself. We must practice what we preach, not engage in what we tell others not to. Learning to breathe on this app takes boundaries and God first. Exactly. I definitely have boundaries. I've definitely. I try not to get in anybody's beef on here or anything. Because like I said, there are certain content creators that I support. Now, if they're into it with the content creators I support, that's not my situation. I'm stepping back from it. I don't have fight in the a dog in the fight, as they say. I'm just me. I heard this is a I heard this It's a movie. Everything that went wrong in your life is what will make everything right. Exactly. I think I heard that somewhere too, or I read it somewhere. I'm always reading different quotes and trying to implement that into my life. Like you're never too old to learn. You know, and every day for me is a life lesson. I'm learning every day something I didn't know, and if I did know it, I didn't know it in that manner or in that way. You know, say that it's not your situation. I testify almost daily how much I fall. Exactly, we all fall short. We all are just that's what the pastor was saying today. Um, not in that context. It was mostly we have to we have to speak positive over ourselves. We have to claim it over ourselves. We have to, we cannot say, oh, this is not going to happen. God is always, God knows He knows what's going to happen before it even happens, you know? So we have to speak positive over ourselves. We have to just, speak the word. You know what I mean? I know sometimes it gets hard, um, but you can't, you have to, like this song is saying, you have to trust. You have to, you know, because it gets hard, in life, especially when you have a million and one things going on, especially when you hear on the news what all these things that are going on, these missing children, these, I mean, it like I said, the news, I can only watch the news so much before it gets into my brain and I'm like, oh, man, thank you, Lord. The mirror was a message God gave me in 2020. I reference it regularly. Trust me, I speak daily of my flaws. Exactly. Yes, God forgives me every day. So, yes, you just have to, speak the word over yourself. Hey, I'm not trying to preach to anybody because I don't know all there is to know. Like I said, I'm still learning. I think we're all like a work in progress in some parts of our lives. You know what I mean? We're all um, going through. We're not perfect. We don't all have it together. Like you said, we all have flaws. We all have situations that we're working on. And I just pray daily that I'm doing right. I'm not gonna lie. Haven't like we haven't always done things right. I love the way, yes. And like I like to be around positive, speaking people. Like I said, we don't know each other, in real life, but it doesn't take much to encourage someone. It doesn't take much to motivate someone, Like I said, I myself, I'm sure most of you, we could be going through the toughest battle, you know, and it's just like, you reach out to people to encourage them, But there are days where I just, sat in my bed and cried because I just felt like, oh my goodness, 2020 to now, it's been that long. But there are days that I can't get up. I can't even focus, and I have to remember that I have to carry on. It gets hard, but I have to. So yeah, God knows your heart. That's why we must give thanks to God to handle for us when we can't ourselves and learn to not pick it back up. Exactly. You know? So guys, I'm getting emotional and my old as I am. But I just wanted to come on and let you guys know that everything is okay. I've just been trying to get myself together. And like I said, this month, this month here has been the hardest. So I thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate each and every one of you. You could have been anywhere. that you chose to be here. I'm going to say goodnight. God bless. And don't forget to like, share the live if you feel it. Uh, and I don't know when the next live will be. I wanted to set some up for this week coming up, but I will definitely get back with you guys on that. Like I said, I thank you everyone for coming in. You guys have a wonderful night uh, and a wonderful week coming up. I thank you, Blue. I thank you, Brilliant. I thank you, Gwen, OK Lounge. Um, I thank you, Miss Patty. And whoever was in the bushes, I thank you guys for coming in. Am I missing anybody? I'm trying to see. I think I got everyone. Oh, Shanique, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming in. You guys are the best. Talk to you later. Peace.